Good morning everyone, Tiger here. We are in Seoul and today marks the second episode of the street food series in Seoul. This episode is going to be about Gwangyang Market, which is home to the new Netflix series called Street Food. It's this buzzing hall filled with a lot of crazy delicious Korean street food. We're gonna spend a whole day in there eating as much food as possible. And also, if you missed the first video of this series, make sure you give that a watch. We go to Mangwon Market, which is a less explored market of Seoul, which has a lot of interesting foods to eat. Make sure you give that a watch. I'm so excited and I'm ready to eat some street food, so let's go right now. Okay, so we have arrived at Gwangyang Market, which is the oldest and most famous market in Seoul. And I can already tell just from walking a few minutes in there that the energy is insane. The fumes is filling this whole place and I love it already. We're gonna spend the whole day in here, so let's go check it out right now. Okay, so we're gonna start the day with some fish cake, and she told me she's one of the best around here to make fish cake. So I'm gonna order two different, one spicy and one neutral. So you can actually see she's making a lot of different things. The rice cake steaming right here, really hot, spicy rice cake, some fish cake and some other deep fried tempura stuff. It looks pretty good. Oh, this is so heavy. Oh my god. So this is a neutral fish cake and a second one is spicy, and you can just see it's like dripping in this really hot red spicy sauce. It looks so good. So let's go inside and try it. So this is the normal fish cake, but it's actually been soaked up from the other fish cake in this spicy sauce, so maybe we'll get some of that as well. But I can just feel how heavy this is. So this is the spicy one, and you can just see how beautiful the coloring is. It's just dripping in this spicy sauce. Okay, you ready? Whoa, really nice. It's so spicy and a little bit chewy. I like it. You have this spiciness level that is building up slowly. It is a lot more chewier than you would think. It looks really soft, but it's actually some nice texture and consistency to it as well. But you have basically some of the broth that this has been boiled in. So I'm gonna give this a nice dip. Wow, look at that. That's so nice. That's really nice. Do you think I can take all of this? I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it a try. The flavor is kind of neutral, but it's just slightly sweet and salty. Oh, yeah, that has been boiling for all day. The shop right next to the fish cake shop also serves some sort of traditional juice, and it's made out of rice, ginger, and sugar. And it looks a bit sketchy. It's rice in the bottom, and yeah, so I'm just gonna give this a nice slurp. That is refreshing. You can definitely feel the rice flavor, and it's also slightly sweet, and I'm not sure you can feel the ginger, but it's pretty good. A nice little thing to cool you down after this hot market. Okay, let's go eat some other food and see what we can find. 감사합니다. so coming up right now is the mung bean, and you can see she has just stacked up all the mung beans right on top of each other, and she's frying them, deep frying the mung bean right here in the market. It looks so good. So I'm gonna go inside and try it right now. We have a nice little table set up here, right in the market, and she gave us the mung bean, and I can say it looks golden from the color, from the frying. This looks very, very simple, but she has been frying this completely crispy and really greasy. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice. Inside here is really soft and doughy. That looks nice. You can see the bean sprouts and the green beans in there as well. It's steaming hot. I'm gonna sheet a little bit, and I'm gonna dip that nicely in here. Oops. Looks pretty damn nice, doesn't it? Okay. Whoa. Whoa, that is so good. It's crispy, salty. You can just see that the outside is really crispy, but inside is actually really moist and juicy. And when you divide it like that, it just becomes this really hot, steaming pancake. Just look at that. And the vegetables, the green onions, the bean sprouts, that is good. I love it. Honestly, I love it so much. It's actually really good. You dip it in this nice sauce that is laying here, and the crispiness just becomes really salty too. That is so good. Wow. Anyone knows how kimchi should look like. They know that this is the way it should be. Vibrant in the colors. I can already know that it's gonna be crunchy and spicy. So I'm gonna give it a try right now. Kimchi time. That's really nice. Okay, so I've actually put some of these nice crispy onions right on top of the mung bean cake. This is actually probably how you do it. So yeah, let's try it. Cheers. Man, this is my favorite so far. Wow. Okay, so I actually need to try the onions as well. I'm gonna give it a try. That is so not onion. Wow. I think because the vinegar has broken down the onions, it just tastes so sweet and salty. 맛있어요. 감사합니다. So next up is the famous blood sausage. Basically, it's a huge sausage that is filled with blood and noodles. It looks pretty appetizing when she's cutting it up. And so actually, here's the blood sausage. You can kind of see like you can actually see the noodles throughout the blood sausage. And then the color comes from the blood. So that's why it's kind of like black inside. I'm gonna give it a try right now. That's a special flavor. Not my favorite. It has a very odd flavor. It's hard to describe because I really like blood sausage that comes from Sweden, but this one is, I'm not sure, there's some sort of intestines taste in there. Maybe it's supposed to be there, not a big fan. So I'm gonna give this a second try. I'm pretty skeptic and I think the result will be the same, but I am brave, so I'm gonna go for another bite here. This one is not gonna be a full biter though. This is gonna be a half biter, I'm afraid. It's the aftertaste that really makes the thing not good. The consistency is really nice. It's like gooey and textury. It's kind of nice when it's salty too. Yeah, I think I have to surrender here. this market, you have to try kimbap. It's the most, like, this is the standard thing to try. And basically what I have is the most common one, like super basic. It's just seaweed, rice, pickled carrot, and pickled radish. And then they're just sprinkling some roasted sesames on top. So on the side here you have a sauce that is made out of wasabi and soy sauce. And I believe there's some sugar in here as well. And then a lot of sesame seeds. So I'm gonna take the kimbap, dip it in this nice sauce, and give it a try. That's so nice. Really crunchy vegetables and a little bit sweetness from that pickling. Okay, so here this is the second one, and you can actually see the green leaf here. And it's just like completely drenched in that sesame seed. Dip it in this nice sauce and give it a try. You do definitely feel the sesame seeds. They're really coming through. Actually, a few of them has a little bit too much pickling, but besides from that, it's actually really nice. There's nothing crazy going on here. It's just basically rice and pickles, but it does taste good. Okay, let's move. Let's go find the Netflix lady and finish it off with some Netflix food. If you go to this market, you have to meet the Netflix lady, which I'm going to do right now. And she has so much customers. They're all grouped up right next to her. But she's cooking everything by hand right in front of everyone. It looks so cool.
앞접시 3개 주세요. 아니면 간장을 하나씩 떠서 3개 주세요. 간장 따로 나가죠.
We have arrived at the final destination, which is of course the Netflix lady, and it's just very enjoyable to watch her work. And we just ordered very basic. We ordered the dumplings, the pork dumplings, the kimchi dumplings. So this is the kimchi one. So you can actually see this really nice doughy texture on the outside, and it's filled with kimchi inside. And you can see that from the redness of the outer layer. Second one is actually something that is filled with pork. I'm not so sure if there's some sort of herb in there, because you can see the colors of the green in there. But that also looks, they're really big. You have some soy sauce on the side, which has some green onions laying in it. And what you have to do is you have to take the kimchi dumplings and the pork dumplings and dip it into this nice sauce. I'm just gonna start with the kimchi dumpling. Actually, I think there's more filling than dumpling, which is a good thing to me. Okay, there we go. Wow, that is actually really nice. It's really salty and doughy, nice texture. A little bit spicy and sweet. That's how I like it. This is the pork dumpling, and actually this one is a little bit rougher in the texture. I can feel it with my sticks here. I believe there's gonna be a little bit more crunchy in here. Okay, here we go. I mean, it's all about the dough. It's all about the dough. It is so incredibly soft. I mean, that's probably one of the best dumplings I've ever had. Wow. It's almost like a pesto in there. It's really good. Actually, yesterday, if you did watch that video, I ate some other dumplings in the other market, in Mangwon Market. And I actually have to admit, this one is better. It's more soft, the filling is nicer, it's a little bit more salty. This is really good. Even though this is a Netflix kind of thing, it is really nice. Okay. So what a perfect day we had today. We ate so much food. As you can see, I'm dripping all over my shirt from all the juices from the food. It was hectic, it was warm, it was exciting, and it was really delicious. I had a great time today, and I hope you had too. If you want to see more videos like this, it would be really helpful if you could subscribe, like, and tell me what you think of the video so I can keep making more of these. Thank you for watching, and as always guys, stay hungry. That's actually pretty nice good. Pretty nice good.